Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're doing an updated brow routine. You guys have been asking me for this. Not a lot has changed since my last one, just the products, and I actually found a soap that you guys can go buy. I have a link. They're amazing and I love the company. So we have that now, and I think that's about it. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, let's transform these brows. So what I always do is, remember, I've already done my entire skincare routine, so we could have moisturizer here, we could have eye cream here, it could all be in here. So what I like to do is I just kind of tap. Notice I never pull, because if I pull and I tug too much, we could pull out brow hair, and we need as much as possible, okay? I'm gonna have that. So I'm just gonna tap and just clean up my brow, make sure we don't have any moisturizer or anything in it. Now the next step is really crucial. I'm going to take translucent powder. I'm using the Kylie translucent powder, but honestly, any translucent powder that you have, I'm just going to tap this on with this Japonesque fluffy concealer brush and just really push this powder into my eyebrow. This is going to help make sure our brows last longer. It's going to make sure they're very dry. That way when we go to put the product on, it's not going to move around, and we'll be able to draw hair-like strokes. So just tap this through. I already have it on this brow. And I'm just gonna work it in, and I'm gonna let it sit for about 20 seconds. Taking a MAC 204, this is just a clean spoolie. You can use any spoolie. I just know that you guys will want to know which one this one is. I have several that I use, but all I'm doing right now is I'm kind of just brushing all the hairs up and seeing where we're gonna start to fill in. So I've kind of already started on this guy over here. You know, I used to think that this was my better brow. Now I'm confused. I don't know who my favorite is anymore. They're kind of neck and neck. But what I'm going to start with is this Hourglass. I love this pencil. It's the Arch Brow Micro Sculpting Pencil, and I love it because it has a spoolie. And I don't know if you can see. We'll zoom you guys in. I really want you to see. So this is what it looks like. I love it. That way you can see how skinny it is. There it is from the side. It's just so good, and it goes on very lightly but still has a nice amount of pigment. So I'm just going to work on the front first, and honestly this is going to look a little wild what I'm about to do, but I promise you it has helped me so much. So I'm going to bring it pretty far out, almost unibrow and wild. And then I'm kind of going to bring this one out farther too. And this is one of the reasons I do my brows first. That way we don't have any foundation anywhere. And I can just really go through and do like this in just a second. But for right now, I'm drawing a nice even line. And I'm kind of connecting these. There we go. And I'm just going to bring it right underneath. I'm kind of following exactly where my hair still grows. I'm not bringing it too far down underneath here. Now right here needs a little bit of a fill-in. And then remember, I'm also using this on its side. So now I'm going to switch, and I'm just going to draw a few hairs. Just a little bit, just adding a little bit of depth through here. Notice I haven't even touched the front part. I never touch the front part aside from connecting this. And another really good tip is to make sure that your brows are relaxed. Even I still sometimes find myself filling my brows in while I'm doing this. So really just focus on keeping your brows nice and relaxed. I almost relax my ears, and then that's how you know that it's even. Still focusing on the front part. And I'm just going to turn my head, and we're going to bring it down this way. Okay, so the bottom is basically filled in, and then I'm always blending and brushing upwards through my brows. And now that we have the bottom kind of mapped out, we're going to go ahead and do the top. If you'll notice, I didn't draw too far up. I'm really following my hair. So I'm really filling them in more than I'm drawing on a new brow. And then we'll take it over this way. And then over here is kind of where you'll see that I create more of a shape because we're missing hair over this way. I see a kitty tail. What is he up to?
Nothing good.
He said no. I don't know if you heard that, but I really hope you did. So I'm just brushing up again. I'm always brushing the hair up. And then we're gonna take it. And now this is the part where I'm gonna look directly into a mirror or a monitor. And I don't wanna block it. And I'm just gonna make sure that the arches are pretty even. And then I'm just gonna take the side and just fill this in so lightly. We just want just a touch of color. I always like the top and the bottom to be the defined part. And then through the center, always use the lightest hand because that's where we have most of the hair. That's where I have most of my hair. And then I'm just gonna brush up. And we're gonna grab one more brow product now. Now, I don't carve out my brows. It just never looks right on me, and I like my brows to look really fluffy and a little bit more natural. I'm trying to think of one that would be really great for carving out brows. Probably Shape Tape. I feel like that bad boy, that one's for carving. But I'm gonna use just a little, I'm gonna use just a touch. I'm talking the smallest amount of concealer. I don't have a preference for this because I use so little. So I just grabbed this one because it was closest. And this is the Colourpop Pretty Fresh concealer. Now what I do love is I love this brush for applying the concealer to my brow bone. This is the HUDA Face Conceal and Blend brush. I will have it linked below. I take the smallest amount of concealer. I'm talking, it's like I'm barely even using any, and I'm just gonna go right underneath here and just make sure that we don't have any wild hair strokes underneath here. We're gonna come and get him in a second, I promise. And I'm just going to go right through here. And I put the most amount of concealer right here. Through here, I hardly use any, and then out here, I'll hardly use any, but I use it right in the center of my brow the most. That looks good right there. And I don't even touch the top part of my brow with the concealer. We don't go up here. No, 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 no. Now I'm just kind of wiping this away. I have no product, none whatsoever on this side. The brow pencil just really wipes off really nicely. It's not as scary as you think. It just really helps really keep things even, and it's a really good guideline. I sometimes even go along the top, but I didn't think that that was needed today. And I'll just kind of soften the front part of my brow, just like this. Next, we're going to soap. The biggest brow game changer that I have ever found in my life was soap. And then the second one was Soap Brows. So I love this actual brand. The actual brand is Soap Brows. I'll have it linked below. And literally, it leaves me speechless. What I like to do is I spray, you can just use water. I have a little mini Matte Fix Plus. And you take a clean spoolie and you just kind of go right in here. And if you notice that it's transparent, you can see through the soap. And you can't use white soap, it has to be specific. And that's why I love Soap Brows, because you can just literally go order it in the little tin can. I have 2 of them, can't live without it. So I'm gonna take my spoolie, and the soap is kind of damp. So I'm going very lightly and I'm just brushing all of these hairs upwards. And it's just gonna add so much dimension, and it's gonna act as the best brow gel you have ever seen. And you're gonna have really pretty, tamed, and fluffy, natural looking brows. And then what I like to do is I'll let this dry. I kind of already let this brow dry, and I'm just gonna do a little bit of a second coat just to make sure that we get all of those tiny little hairs and make each one of our little hairs that we have work hard for us. I'm just really capitalizing on each little brow hair, and that's what soap does. It just brings everything to life. This is not a necessary step, but I love it, and it just makes your brows look even more fluffy. So whenever I finish up with my brows, I kind of just look at them, and if I see any patchiness or where I would like for some hair to look like it's growing, I grab my Urban Decay brow blade. This is in the shade Brown Sugar, and I just draw a few hair-like strokes in the direction that my brow hair is growing. And I do most of the pressure at the base of the brow, and then I just flick it up. Pressure, flick it up, pressure, flick it up. And then if I feel graceful enough, I kind of just put a few more hairs towards the front of the brow. And if you feel you get wild, all you do is just kind of tap it. And then it looks just like a brow hair. Love, love the brow blade. All right, guys, this is the finished brow. Remember, sisters, not twins. We gave up on that a long time ago. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and some of my updated techniques. I hope that they help you. Let me know if they do. And I think next we're gonna be doing an updated skincare routine. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. And I think that's it. There's our brow. There's our brow routine. All right, I love y'all so much. See you in the next tutorial.